The 49ers are playing the Miami Dolphins this week. What makes this game so critical? Why is it so important? It's not just simply, darn it, they lost and I'm mad at the players who didn't play well. It goes deeper than that. This is why the game is critical. Look, the 49ers are going to win the division either way, whether they win or lose this game. It's not what it's about. So anybody who's screaming and crying, saying, now Seattle's tied with us, or we're going to lose the division and Shanahan should be fired and Jimmy G is the worst that needs to go. None of that is true. That's all nonsense. And it's nonsense because Miami is a very good team, extremely, really, really good. 5 wins in a row. They have not lost the game where Tua has been the starter and played the whole game. Okay, this is a serious, serious team. The Niners are going to win the division. What makes this game critical, the reason it's important, is not, that's it, season's over. That's not what it's about. What it's about is the Niners are getting tested. So when we talk about and think about the playoffs, playing teams like Dallas and the Eagles, and then if they even make the Super Bowl, maybe playing against Miami or Buffalo or Kansas City. This is one of those tests to see how good are the 49ers. Now, I think when everything's clicking, they're good. Like they can compete and beat anyone because that's what a great defense brings you. A great defense brings you the opportunity to win every game. Now, here's the challenge. The challenge is Miami, like Kansas City, and other teams the Niners might have to face if they were to make the Super Bowl, or even in the AFC, in the championship game, if the Niners have to play the Eagles, is when your defense is great, sure. The question becomes, is it the offense good enough? Because you can't expect the defense to shut down the other team. You can't expect a shutout. You can't expect holding a team to 13 points is going to win every game. It did against New Orleans, but it's not going to cut it against great offensive teams. Miami is a great offensive team. Really good. Very special. 2 superstar receivers that are hard to cover no matter who you are. Solid running game. Former 49er running backs running all over the place. Former head coach who just knows the system. We've seen this system before because we see it every time the Niners play. There's challenges in this game. Real challenges. So even if the defense shows up, even if the Niner defense is amazing, how much are you going to hold back the Dolphins, though? You could be a great defensive team, and the Dolphins could still score 17 to 20 points. It's very possible, and there'd be nothing to be mad at the defense over because this is a great offensive team that might have some big plays. You have to give them credit for that. Having a great defense doesn't mean you go every game in a season, even against the best offensive teams, and never give up 20 points. So the Niners are going to have to score 20-plus points to secure a victory. Now, the defense might show up and shock Tua and rattle him early and keep Miami down to 9 points. It could happen, but you can't count on it. We need to come up with a game plan that's going to score 20-plus points. Jimmy G is an important part of that, but the offense is not built around him. Jimmy G's job is to take what the Miami defense gives to be efficient and run the offense. What really needs to happen, what we're really looking for is the offensive line to run block and create opportunities for our great running backs to take control of this game. How do we beat Miami? We keep the offense off the field. So, because as good as the defensive is for the 49ers, as good of a defensive team as they are, if you stick Waddle and Tyreek Hill on that field, play after play, and give them opportunity after opportunity, you're going to get burned. So what's going to happen right now? 49ers control the line of scrimmage. Long, sustained drives. Effective running game. Run. Wear down the clock, run that clock down, eat up minutes, eat up minutes. Timely passes by Jimmy G. Timely passes. All about getting third down, execute, extend the drive. But this game is critical because the Niners need to know that they can beat anybody. They need to know it's not simply, well, we're in a division where the toughest team is Seattle. Not putting down Seattle too bad, but come on. Come on. They're better than we all expected, but we shouldn't be celebrating and dancing in the streets because we're able to beat them out for the division. The reality is can we beat Philly? Can we beat Dallas? Can we beat the tougher teams? Can we go to the Super Bowl and beat tougher teams? That's the question. And the reason I think it's a critical game is we need to show, and Shanahan needs to show, that he could step up and lead this team over other great teams. And that will be foreshadowing, there's a word, for the playoffs. And that's why I say the game is critical. Go 49ers.